when it comes down to hoarders, I understand that you have love for the animal, but when you know that you have too many that you just can't take care of, it's maybe difficult for you.
But we have a situation right now that we're watching that we used to know this person, and we always help this person, and we don't help them anymore because I think they just went off the deep end, and we parted ways. But one person we know has upwards of 60 to 70 animals in their house.
What?
It's a 3-bedroom house. That's it. A 3-bedroom house.
Oh my God.
60 to 70 animals with 2 people taking care of them and 1 sick.
Oh my God.
Now, if that's not a hoarding situation, I don't know what is.
No.
And we're watching and monitoring the situation the best we can, and people, they don't understand. They call this person a rescue person. I'm like, you rescue an animal, or 2 animals, or 5 animals. That's your capacity. That's what you should deal with, and you got them out. When you rescue so many animals, when you take in so many animals, that you got to scream and yell and cry and start pointing fingers at everybody, saying that you have no money, the dogs are starving, you don't have enough money to feed the animals. Well, you're a hoarder then.
Yeah.
You took on more than you can handle. Rescue what you can, not what you want, what you can. If you could take 1 animal in and support that animal and find it a home, you did a great thing. If you take 50 animals in and they're all starving, fighting, you're miserable, they're miserable, everything is going bad, and you're bitter and pointing fingers at the world, you're not doing anybody any justice.
No, of course not.
You're part of the problem now, because somebody's going to have to come in, and then you're going to make rescue people look crazy because everything's going to be a mess. A rescue isn't a rescue until you take an animal out of a really bad situation, rehabilitate them, and find them a home, a forever home.
Yeah.
Rescue isn't taking a dog and bringing him to a shelter and leaving him there and running away saying, oh, I did a good thing. What you did was you're a dog catcher. You went and you got a dog and you brought it to a shelter. You have to go to that shelter every day. You have to try to find that dog a home. You have to work with that animal to get him into a forever home. That's a rescue.
Yeah, because, a lot of...
You got these shelters that are overflowing with animals because people from other areas are grabbing dogs and bringing shelters that those dogs shouldn't be brought to. Every area has shelters that's supposed to take care of that area. When you turn around and you take a dog from 50 miles and bring him to a shelter that's 50 miles away, that animal wasn't supposed to. That shelter is being funded by the town to take care of those animals at that town. That's, it's supposed to have 50 animals in there, or 100 animals, or averaging 300 animals a year. Now all of a sudden it has 900 animals a year. Why? Because you're bringing animals from other places in there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now they can't judge how much money that shelter needs to run, how many animals averagely go through there, because you're screwing up all the numbers.
Yeah.
And nobody could put a finger on it. And nobody could turn around and fix it because they don't know how to start because it's broken. And then I argue with these people, I talk to them, and they're like, well, we had the best of intentions, you can't blame us. And then they say the road to hell is paved with good intention. You can't just take an animal and throw him somewhere and leave him. You have to work with the animal. You have to find out what the problem is, what the triggers are. You have to get him healthy, physically and mentally. And then you have to go out and you got to find him a home. That's what you got to do. The rescuing guys, we've all been through these situations before ourselves. That's why we understand. Believe me, we've been beat up, shot, stabbed, thrown out, left to die. We know how it feels to be discarded.
Yeah.
That we're worthless. We know we've been there before. That's why we do what we do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
That's why we fight so hard for these animals and these kids and these women, because we've been in their shoes. We've walked a mile in their shoes. We know how it feels. And thank God we're strong enough to fight against it, to make sure it didn't happen again to us. And that's what brought us together. What drives Rescue Ink is to fight for those who can't fight for themselves, to help out in every situation humanly possible, to do whatever is necessary within the means violations of the law. That's what our lawyers tell us to say now because we get in trouble. But that's what we do. And why do we do it? Because we feel we have to. Because we've been there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We've actually, when somebody says, well, what makes you a tough guy? I don't know. You look at my background and you say, well, this guy's been more firefights than a lot of police officers on the receiving end. I don't know how to put it any other way than through life experience, we think and we feel that we have to do something. Because when push comes to shove, somebody has to be there to push back.
Absolutely. No, absolutely.
Like somebody wrote something about us, and it stuck too, and they did a billboard or something for us. When all else fails, when there's nowhere left to turn, there's Rescue Ink. It's because we're not the first guys to call. We never said we were. When you exhausted everything, when you got nothing left, that's when you call us. Because we're going to do whatever we have to get the job done. And quite frankly, when all the crime scene tape and all the caution tape and everything's all broken, it works out. Things work out. They always work out. Because when you're there to do something good, you tend to follow through. And that's what we do. We follow through. And we try to help everybody as much as possible. Every case is important to Rescue Ink. But we have to take the most heinous cases first. A lot of people call us, like, you didn't call me back. I emailed you, you didn't email me back. And they're saying, my neighbor's dog keeps on jumping over the fence, and he needs to be trained or something like this, or, the guy keeps his dog. I got this one today. The guy keeps his dog inside all the time. He never really gets outside.
Oh, my God.
Is he emaciated? No. Is he being beat on? No. But I see him at the window sometimes scratching at the window.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I got a dog fighting case where they're dropping off dead dogs on the side of the road in garbage bags.
What?
I think I have to take care of that first. Then if I have time, maybe we could, call this guy up and maybe get him a trainer or something like that. I'll find out what the situation is.
Yeah.
But, the dog's not going to die.
Yeah.
We go to so many schools. You don't know how many kids at the end of the school visit come up and talk to us and say, listen, can I have a card or something? I want to talk to you. We talk to these kids. If somebody's making you do something you don't want to do, if you see somebody forcing somebody to do something they don't want to do, somebody's making you do something that makes you feel uncomfortable, tell somebody. Tell a teacher, a parent, a police officer. Tell somebody. Mm-hmm. Don't go to try to take care of a situation yourself. Now, you see all these shootings in the school and everything?
Yeah.
These kids are so desensitized. They're so desensitized that they feel that they have to go and take a gun or something to prove their point. And then kill themselves with something terrible after.
And the thing is...
Something's broken.
No.
Something is broken and it has to be fixed. And it's not with the school, I don't think. It's with the kids.
It's not even that. A lot of these... what I've come to realize also is that a lot of the times... If you dig down deep, sometimes you'll find that maybe this kid did try telling somebody and they didn't want to listen or they wouldn't believe them. And so they take it upon themselves to take care of what they have to take care of.
That's no excuse.
I know it's not an excuse. I'm just saying that...
Somebody tried to tell somebody, so I'm going to act out like this violently?
No, I'm not going to... I am not going
to... In the neighborhood, something happened to this kid to make him this way. That's why, putting pressure on kids, putting pressure on them to do things, putting pressure on them in their lives and stuff like that, sometimes goes bad. You put pressure on some people, they become a diamond. You put pressure on other people, they break.
Yeah.
You have to talk to these kids. Not talk at them, talk to them.
That's
Find
the thing
out
that's
what the
important.
problem is and try to work on the problem. I don't see any community centers and everything like that being built all over the place. I'm giving it to you. I see all these things going on, and it's not good. I don't see any light at the end of the tunnel whatsoever.
Yeah, no, it's...
You know what I mean? I don't see it at all.
I mean, to be honest, for a long time, I wanted to get into this job that you guys do. with animal
That's
rescue.
a job. We're all volunteers. We don't make any money out of it.
Well, I mean, if anything, I did want to become a member of the ASPCA, but the thing is that with my love for animals and my take on absolute no nonsense, even my sisters tell me you wouldn't last one day because that person you're trying to apprehend probably won't make it to their court date.
And that's something that they don't need, so maybe maybe it's right, you shouldn't be in there because you're not mentally tough enough to do the job.
If there's anything that I would love to do to help, it's to foster. Because
there you go.
If anything,
a lot of these rescue groups that are popping up all over the place, some of them have the best intentions and they fail, and people get very angry and miserable. Some of these people come up to me, I wish I had what you guys had, I would do so much, or I wish I had the support you guys have. We don't have that much support. We do this ourselves. That's number one. Number two, we've been doing this for 10 years and going through, tremendous hardship. The hardship that we go through is devastating to most people. When I say devastating to most people. And these people, they come up to me and they say, I don't like the ASPCA, or I don't like best friends, or I don't like this. This is what they're saying, not what I'm saying, so don't twist my words, please.
No, absolutely not.
They're saying they don't like these groups, they don't like this. And my thing is, like, people complain about the ASPCA. What do they want? Do they want it to shut down? And they say, no. Well, if you keep on talking bad about it, maybe it will shut down. And maybe they won't rescue animals anymore. Maybe they'll just pack it in. And then what's going to happen? And I tell them, you want some advice? Instead of sitting there on Facebook, or instead of sitting there at your house, or instead of going to these rallies to bash everybody, why don't you go and make a difference? If you don't like the way the ASPCA is running, why don't you volunteer for them and join them and work your way up the ranks to make a change? Why does everybody always have to point the finger and expect somebody else to do something about it? That's the problem. Everybody wants to point the finger and say, look at what's going on, I don't like this, somebody do something. Well, why don't they get up and do something themselves? Instead of pointing a finger, get up and do something, make something change. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do. We go and make something change. We don't. It's very difficult to explain because I might not be using, I'm not that good with words, but I like to say, if you want to change something, you have to become it to change it.
Absolutely. It doesn't. Things like that don't happen by magic. If you want to see something done, it's like the old saying go. You want something done right, then do it yourself. If you feel that someone's not doing a good job, then if you think that you can do a better job, then you go and do it.
Exactly. Go join a big rescue organization.
Exactly.
Why you can open up your own when there's so many you can join that that need help. And then when those people can't help anymore, you turn around and say, well, they can't help anymore because nobody wants to volunteer for them. Well, because everybody's opening up their own little rescue group. And then they're all crying because they need money. Well, if you didn't open up your own and you joined the bigger one, you wouldn't need the money because they're already getting the funds. And you can take those funds and you can make change.
Exactly.
And you can work yourself up the ranks so you're running that organization now.
Exactly.
And then you can really make a change. Or you can sit back at your computer and start pointing fingers like everybody else does.
No, I think that's what a lot of people tend to do because it's like, if I just sit here, then, and complain, then I won't have to deal with the problems. But, you know what?
A lot of people are so disconnected that,
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Exactly. It's ridiculous. Now, are there any events that are going to be coming up soon that everyone should...
Yeah, we have Motorcycle Run. That's on May 6th.
Very awesome.
We're going to be at the Jacob Javits Center for the car show. That starts on Friday. We got one of our chase cars. Hold on one second.
Okay.
Our Charger, the car that we made. A lot of times you have a rescue or something going on where you have to get there as fast as possible. There's a situation where one of our guys are in trouble or something like that, so we get a car that's really, really fast, chase car. It looks like a police-issued black Charger with a push bar and everything on it. We made one of those. We also had trucks because there was a comments. How are you going to put an animal in there? Well, it's very easy. You open the back door, you can put an animal in there. You know, you ever see a cop car with the animals in back? There you go, same thing. But that's really a chase car that you know, in case there's a problem, get there as fast as possible.
Yeah.
We always have those problems where we have to go on you know, as fast as possible somewhere, you know, with the big trucks. It's difficult.
I love the artwork, by the way, of all your vehicles. I love the artwork.
Yeah, that's Duncan. Graphic Gorilla. He's out of, I don't know the exact name, but he's in Suffolk, Long Island. Graphic Gorilla.
I'll
You gotta give him a plug because he is fantastic.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, with the work that he did on your guys' vehicles, wow.
All of them. He did the ambulance, everything he did.
Wow. And
Even Richie from the Rumblers.
Oh, okay. Okay.